Sky, Gavin. Hey, congratulations for being part
Thank
of
you.
the
Thank
man.
you.
This film it's always been a warning to us as as children. But we have to hear it from you first. Is what initially drew you that you want to be part of this project? Sky, go
Um,
ahead and start first.
yes, I would say I'm a big fan of horror and thriller and also highlighting true stories. So when this came across my lap, the script, I was just so in depth with it. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is definitely a film that I want to be a part of. Definitely love the cast that was already attached to it and being able to work with Warren. He is such an amazing director and really collaborative when it comes to the characters. So definitely, mainly because it was a true story, and it was really important for me to highlight the victim story as well.
How about for you, Gavin?
Yeah, so I can completely agree with that. I love horror films. They're all on my top favorites, you know. And doing one, they're my favorite. And just that, I love dramatic films, and working with all these amazing actors was super awesome. And I loved meeting them and working with them, and we all kind of connected, and it was amazing.
Now, of course, the creepiness factor of this film is actually the white van and not really the man itself. Tell us about,
Yes.
acting against, an ominous presence in this film of that van. Let's start with you, Gavin, first.
Yeah, so for me, I thought it was super interesting because I've never done anything like that. Usually the characters are super like out there, and this one is so ornament. Like it's just, it's creepy to even think about. So I mean, I thought it was super crazy and super cool to work, and I mean, I've never done anything like this, so it was super interesting experience.
Sky?
Yeah, I would definitely agree with Gavin. Sometimes it might be a little bit tricky because you're not having that character just right in your face. But if anything, I feel like it just helps tell the story even more. And we're not highlighting the serial killer, we're really highlighting the victim story. So if anything, it kind of did help me a lot in portraying the role of Patty. So I would definitely say that.
Sky, I have to ask about that horse riding yourself. Tell us how difficult that scene was, especially in that costume.
You know what? It honestly was not too hard for me. I think it's because as a kid, I would always go horseback riding with my friends. So it was something that I'm really comfortable with. And then Warren also made sure that we got a lot of practice and training beforehand. So when it was time to do that scene, it was like a piece of cake, but it was kind of hard to do it in the costume. It was itchy and just everything. So, but we got it done, which is good.
And Gavin, one of the things that we don't see anymore is, kids shooting with pellet guns.
Yeah.
Tell us about that and how good you end up with it.
You know what's funny is whenever I was younger, I had that same exact BB gun, and my dad would always help me shoot it at like cans and stuff. So I mean, that I already knew. But there's a scene where I pumped it back, and you're supposed to pump it and hold it with your legs so you can pump it easier. And I didn't do that, and literally I pumped it back and it hit my head. It was so bad. But no, it was okay though because we got the scene done, and everyone, all the doctors and stuff were great and helped me out. So yeah.
I'm glad you're okay. Well, let me wrap it up with one last thought, because the funny thing is, we warn about stranger danger, but technology now these days, we get in this with a stranger like a Uber driver or Lyft,
Mm.
or we open the front door for a stranger delivering our food through DoorDash, or we contact strangers through social media or dating apps. What
Mhm.
does this say about the younger generation today when it comes to stranger danger?
It's really tough because it's really nice to have this technology, but sometimes I feel like people are not as aware as they should be. And I feel like social media and all these things distract. So doing a film like this, I hope it reminds people you still have to stay alert.
Mm.
Even getting in Ubers, DoorDash, like you were saying, it's just really important to be careful. And just because we do have phones and social media, we can easily pick up the phone and call 911 instead of a landline. It's just still to make be careful. So hopefully this film definitely highlights that and reminds that for people.
Last word, Gavin. You're that generation.
Yeah. So for me, I mean, this happens all the time. I mean, in games, you might say something that might not be good, and then like, I don't know, they can like, there's something called doxing where they can like find your address and stuff, which is super creepy. I definitely think you need to be careful of who you talk to and make sure that you can really trust them, or, you know, um, I just think you need to trust your instincts more. I feel like a lot of people just do what they're told, and like, I just think you need to trust your instincts. If you feel like something's wrong, don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Well said. And let this film be a warning. So thank you
Yeah.
both speaking to
Thank
us about the
you.
man in the white van. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Thank you.